Hello, I'm Pastor Emily from the McConnellsburg United Presbyterian Church.
And I'm Peter. I'm the youth pastor from the McConnellsburg United Methodist Church. Today is December 14th, and we are continuing our week of joy. And one thing, I don't know about you guys, one thing that always makes me joyful is snacks and sweets and treats and warm beverages and cakes and all the good stuff. And Advent season, Christmas is just full of those kinds of yummy things, those kinds of desserts and cookies and things. So I'm wondering, what is your favorite flavor of Christmas?
It's peppermint. I love mint flavor throughout the rest of the year, but I eat at least 2 candy canes a day in Advent. Don't tell my dentist, but I love peppermint. Yeah.
She's just like constantly undoing the tree, taking them and eating them. My favorite is basically everything you find in a spice cake or pumpkin pie. The ginger and cinnamon and cloves. I love all of that. Putting in eggnog, anything. Oh, it's just the best. Feel free to tell us your favorite holiday flavor in the comments below. Promise we'll read them.
I have a feeling that a few of you will say that chocolate is your favorite. Perhaps caramel or toffee, something in the family of a chocolate bar.
Good ones.
Last night, I decided at about 9:30 that I ought to make something Christmassy in the kitchen. So I went down there and I looked at what we had, and I decided it was time to make a very new, we haven't made this before, I haven't made this before, a new Christmas treat for us called Christmas Crackle is what we call it, because when you cut into it and you press down a little bit with your knife, it cracks all the way down. So here it is. It is a saltine, which doesn't sound like it's a dessert. Doesn't sound like it would be sweet, and it's not.
Starting off pretty basic there.
Yeah. But then you mix equal parts butter and brown sugar, starting to sound more like a treat. And you make it into a caramel sauce on the stove by boiling it together. And then you pour it over this tray of saltines. You spread it out all nice on the saltines and you put it in the oven. And after about 5 minutes, the caramel is all boiling and has spread the crackers out just so and has seeped in underneath. It got underneath the crackers, it got inside of the crackers, and it just changed the whole thing from a plate of crackers with caramel on it to one piece of caramel with cracker flavor. So then we took it out and we put chocolate chips on it, put it back in the oven just for a minute or two, and then smooth the chocolate chips out and then add the Christmas sprinkles or jimmies or whatever you call them. We added some Christmas sprinkles on top. These are also a don't tell your dentist kind of treat because they get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah. One thing that Emily said about them last night was really nice. It actually kind of stuck with me. She said, you know, there's just something so joyful about the Christmas season, about treats in general, of having 2. Oh, you said it was so decadent. There's something so decadent about having 2.
Yeah, so I cut them smaller so that you could eat one and then not feel so bad to go back and have another one to have 2, because it just makes you feel happier, makes you more joyful to have 2 of something. When you know that there's more coming, you're more joyful. So after I made these, I was talking to Peter about them, and I started to think about how the caramel or the toffee sauce got down into the crackers and changed them from just a regular cracker into a treat. It changed them into something sweet, something identifiable as candy, and something we look forward to eating, although I do like to eat saltines by themselves. But the caramel changed the entire nature of the cracker. And honestly, here in Advent, that's what we're waiting for Christ to do. That's what we're hoping is going to happen, and we know is going to happen on Christmas, that Jesus is going to come and he's going to surround us, get under us to support us, stay over us to protect us, surrounding us on either side. Jesus is going to come to change our very beings from this to a wonderfully made sweetness in God's eyes.
That's right. Jesus ain't no sprinkle, just making us look nice.
No.
Jesus is sinking in and changing us for the better. Another way that sweets represent the joy of Advent for me is that they can, just like the joy of Advent, be enjoyed with others. They can be shared. And speaking of that, I actually just today received a lovely plate of cookies from someone. You know who you are. Thank you very much. And that just made me so happy. It just totally made my day.
I love that you can give treats to other people as a way to let them know that you're thinking about them and bringing joy to them by giving them those treats. I also like to bake and make sweets as a type of prayer. So if I know I'm making cookies for other people, then I think about them and I kind of infuse it as a prayer into the cookies or the cake or whatever I'm making. And that basically means that cookies and cakes and these Christmas crackle things are prayers. So we can just eat them before dinner instead of saying our prayers, right?
Like grace?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
As long as you say amen afterwards.
We're going to get in trouble with the parents.
Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. But we're going to do that.
Oh, yes.
Well, we hope that this video helped to fill you with joy and bring some new wonder into your sweet treats that you might enjoy tonight.
We'll see you next time.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.